happy Halloween. I'm in my Mickey Halloween shirt because I'm actually filming this on Halloween. I wanted to do something really fun and just do like my little Halloween at home Disney style. As you can see, we're such a Disney family. All of our annual pass holder magnets on the fridge back there. But yeah, this is actually kind of like a video. I filmed this part of it last night. Me and my mom both carved a pumpkin last night. I did Pluto, she did the Disney castle, and we have 4 pumpkins here. So we did 2 last night, and then we just got too tired and had to take a break, had to go to bed. And so this morning here I had some time, and so I went ahead and I carved 2 more pumpkins in a Tangled theme. I did Flynn and Rapunzel. You'll see all the footage and everything, but I did Flynn and Rapunzel in the boat, like the lantern scene, and then I did a freehand Pascal, which I'm excited about. I did Pascal and the little Tangled lantern. So carving pumpkins, this is something I love doing year after year, and I love getting like really intricate and doing like finding those really unique pumpkin ideas. And of course they're always Disney themed. We're kind of known in the neighborhood as the Disney house, and every year it always is so fun watching the kids come up trick-or-treating and like recognize the characters and stuff. So we always have to deliver on our Disney pumpkins. So that's what I just finished doing this morning, and I wanted to go ahead and share this with you. Let me know if this is something that you do as well. Do you carve Disney pumpkins? Tell me what you've carved this year, if you've carved any, or if you're gonna carve some tonight right before trick-or-treaters come and everything. So yeah, let's just get right into the video. Happy Halloween! Okay, so the pumpkin carving is about to begin. Here's what we got lined up for this year. We're thinking of doing a little baby castle, and then the big castle, so it will be like I said, Disneyland and Disney World. And then I'm gonna attempt to do this Rapunzel. I don't think I've ever done Rapunzel before. I like to always do some type of a Disney princess, so this should be fun. I don't know, she looks familiar. Maybe I've done that before? It all runs together. I don't think I have. Ariel. I've definitely done Ariel before, yes. So, oh, you thought that was Ariel? Well, it's up for interpretation. You can have it be whatever princess you want. But then I'm excited for, no, Pluto.
Oh, Pluto.
Pluto.
Yeah,
it could also be Goofy though. So, that's cute. We have a good lineup this year. I'm excited to get started. So here's our little pro pumpkin carving tip. We like to take these like little push pins, and you can also use thumbtacks or anything like that, and use that to keep your stencil in place, because in years past we've tried to do like tape or something, and it always ends up like the pumpkin's waxy, so it always ends up like coming off, and it's always just a mess. And oh look, here's the little pumpkin carving helper here. Mickey, are you ready to carve a pumpkin? Yes, you are. It's so exciting. And also use an old party tablecloth thing like this to keep your table all nice and clean. Okay, so I'm gonna open up this little pumpkin carving kit. So then we always use this little guy right here. This is the like poker tool that you then use to make dots to outline your whole stencil, and then we go back through, you use that then once you remove the paper as your guideline to actually make the cuts and everything. Okay, so it's kind of hard to tell, but you can see all those little dots on there and some of the paper that got stuck to the pumpkin. But the little dots are on there for Pluto. It took me, a good while to do this, I would say, because when you look over here, my mom is already on carving out her little castle.
I think we're about ready.
You're about ready for the reveal.
For the reveal.
This is the moment.
I don't know which way. Wait,
that's always the hard part, is like, yeah, figuring out how to get it to pop out. There you go. Sometimes I find you almost need to like cut it into smaller sections and yeah, go at it piece by piece. But look, we're moving along. So now I can go ahead over here and start cutting using my guidelines for my Pluto. And are you being any help? Hello. Hi, baby. He's enjoying this very much right now. He's like, what's going on? There's this tablecloth. They're like doing all this interesting stuff up here. What's happening? Yeah. Okay, so it's the next day and we stopped last night. We got too late for any more pumpkin carving, but here's the current status update. So I have Pluto finished and I'm really happy with how he turned out. Look at him, he's super cute. I have to do a little more like touching up. Usually whenever you get the bigger, thicker pumpkins, I'm sure everyone knows this if you are pumpkin carver, that the thicker ones you kind of have to go back in and hollow out so that the light can shine through. So I'll probably do a little bit of touch up on Pluto, but I'm excited about this. I think he's pretty much complete. And we have over here, my mom actually finished the little Disney castle, which this is super adorable. I love it. So now I'm gonna go ahead and decide what I want to do for the other pumpkins. I know I mentioned yesterday I have this one printed off here, which is the Disney castle one. And I said we could do like, you know, the little baby castle was like Disneyland castle and this is Disney World. But I don't know, like I'm excited to like, I would want to try to do this, definitely. It seems pretty simple. I mean, it's a lot of cuts, but it's relatively straightforward, I would say, for, you know, pumpkin carving. But I'm just like, you know, my mom even said last night, we were like, oh, we'll have 2 castles then, you know. So it's like, do we want to do something else, something different? So I'm kind of leaning towards right now something different. And I also have, I showed this last night, I have Rapunzel printed out here. I really wanted to try to do Rapunzel. I don't know, my original plan was always, I wanted to do Rapunzel and Pascal. Danny helped me come up with that idea. He actually suggested doing like all Disney sidekicks as a theme. I couldn't find enough like inspiration. That's gonna have to be a whole other year, and when I have more time to prepare for this. This is, like I said, this is now moved to Halloween Day. I'm planning to upload this as soon as like I get this finished. So this footage is like shot today if you're watching this on Halloween, and just really thrown together right now of my pumpkin carving. So I don't know if I'm gonna have time to do like all the little Disney sidekicks, but originally the plan was to do definitely, you know, we love Tangled, Pascal, you know, with then like I had the idea of doing like Rapunzel and then having a Pascal. I cannot find, so for all these stencils, I literally just Google search them and look under images and just, you know, blow them up in a Word doc and print them out. And I could not find any like Pascal stencils. I found like a really good like etched drawing of him, but it's still like, it doesn't show like where you would make the cuts and everything. So I'm kind of right now contemplating like if I would do, okay, so we have 4 pumpkins. We did the castle, we did Pluto. There's 2 more pumpkins left. So I'm thinking I could do a Rapunzel and then do Pascal on the other one and attempt freehanding Pascal. I've never like free-handed a pumpkin before, I don't think, except for when I've done pumpkins in the past that it's just been like a jack-o'-lantern, like hollow out the eyes and the mouth, but like to do like an actual intricate one. And I've always wanted to, and you know, I have some time here this morning and I'm like, I kind of want to do this. I want to see if I can like get this, you know, this is just supposed to be a fun little pumpkin, like, you know, here's our Halloween video, but now I'm almost like feeling like getting artsy and doing a whole pumpkin thing. So I think I'm gonna try to do Pascal right now. I think I'm gonna start with him, and if he's going well, then I'll decide to go ahead and do the Rapunzel on the other one. Okay, I'm excited. Mickey's here for moral support. He's having a nap on the chair. And once again, he is just in love with the fact that this has now been up overnight. He loves this tablecloth that he can like run through it and run under it. Okay, so let's get carving. So once again, here was Pluto. We have 2 pumpkins left over here. I'm thinking I'm gonna try to do Pascal on this guy right here. Okay, so this is just kind of the little picture, like the sketch drawing that I found online that I'm going to just use as like a rough guideline. I'm gonna bring my computer in with me and just keep referring to this. I'm gonna start, I think, with the little dotting tool like I was using last night and like go through on the pumpkin and like give myself some like pre-planning and then come in and do the cuts. So I think I can do this. Okay, so here's the update on Pascal. I was going at it and I was like, oh, this is gonna be pretty easy. Like, I know how to make his general shape. You know, I'm looking off of my picture that I have over here. And then I'm like, I wanna have details and stuff in his face. I was like, I think making lines, like I was gonna cut out his whole body, and I'm like, wait, what am I doing? That obviously would not work. So I then realized, okay, I have to go in. So I think what I'm gonna do is like just keep it simple. I'm not gonna do his whole little swirly thing in the tail. I'm just gonna like cut out his whole tail. And then I started to, I don't know if you can see here, it's kind of hard to tell like with this little stencil thing, but I'm gonna like just then cut out lines. So like all this part essentially will be staying like as like his body. And then it will be like more so the cuts in the pumpkin are making the outline of his body, if that makes sense. So I have that here, and I kind of like, I did this all, I think I'm pretty much just gonna go for it and just start carving, and hopefully it will make sense. So the little dots that I made were more so just for myself to try to keep somewhat of a, you know, track of what I'm doing. But yeah, I have his little feet kind of here. I might end up making this a little bit bigger. His eyes and like all this, you can see I did like double lines to remind myself like to go ahead, and more so I'm doing the outline. I then have to really figure out how I'm gonna make his face here. I'm obviously gonna do like his little smile. This might be an epic fail of a pumpkin. I really don't know, but I was thinking I have now space on this one because I kept him, you know, relatively smaller over here. I was thinking I could do like here on this side, kind of, this is still visible on the front of the pumpkin. I could do like a tangled lantern, and maybe that would tie it all in and people will understand what I'm going for. So we'll see. I'm gonna just go ahead, start cutting, and we'll see what happens. Okay, here he is, my little Pascal. And as you can see, I did not stick with the guidelines, hardly at all. Once I got started, I realized I needed more space to cut and everything, so everything got pushed down a little bit. So there's some kind of like little spots right there that I ended up not cutting because I made my own lines once I was like actually in there making the cuts and everything. So I think though, once it's all lit up, it will look pretty good. So I'm excited about my little Pascal. He's cute. And I'm thinking of doing like right over here. I think I'm gonna try to just real quick freehand a little tangled lantern with the flower in the middle and see what that looks like. Okay, here he is, my little Pascal, now with his tangled lantern. I'm happy with how this turned out. This didn't take me too long, and I'm happy with it. I mean, for doing a quick little tangled lantern, I'm quite proud of myself. I think it's gonna be real cute. Okay, so I've been doing some thinking, and now that I'm happy with how Pascal turned out, I was like, am I gonna do this Rapunzel, or I'm now feeling all artsy and like freehanding is like my new thing. So I'm contemplating forgetting this because we really, like, honestly, it's not like, I don't know if you'd be able to tell that it's Rapunzel. Like, even you heard last night my mom was like, is it Ariel? Which it does, the way her hair is right here, and you don't see that it's like all long hair, you would think it's a different princess. So I'm kind of thinking of forgetting this and doing something different and doing the tangled lantern scene. So So I have pulled up on my computer here. I was looking and searching through some pumpkins, and I saw some that were like just their silhouettes in the boat, and then you make like the little lanterns in the background. So I think this should be pretty simple, you know, just try to do something quick right now. So I think I really like, I think it's this still right here to just kind of, so yeah, I like just trying to replicate something like this, like their silhouettes. Okay, so here it is. I kind of did just like a basic silhouette of the two of them in the boat and like their hands coming together right here. I figured I'd leave this little piece to look like, you know, the scene when they're holding hands. And then what I'm envisioning is putting like right here, like a bigger lantern, like that's the one that like they're holding together and about to send up, like that scene in the movie. So I'm super excited about this. And then I'm going to do a bunch of little lanterns right here. And as I'm filming this, I'm realizing though that like just this basic shape of like the two of them, this could kind of just look like the eyes, the nose, and the mouth, like a smiley face. So it's interpretive art pumpkins, however you want it. Somebody, I bet you the rest of the neighbors will be like, that's a smiley face, but us Disney people are like, that is Flynn and Rapunzel in a boat. Okay, here it is. It really does look like just a pumpkin face and then a bunch of holes. But you know what I determined? I think when you come at it from more of an angle, like I was looking back at the time lapse, and yet definitely at an angle you can kind of tell that it's them. It's gonna be interesting once it's lit up to see if you can make it out or if it just looks like a face. Let me know, be honest with me. How is this? I don't know, I'll have to next year be a little bit more prepared, but that is my tangled Rapunzel and Flynn with their lantern and the sky full of lanterns. And then here's day 2 of, I'm really happy with how Pluto turned out. And his little freckle things here, I just realized, make a hidden Mickey, which is really cute. So there's Pluto. Then we have my Pascal, and then the bigger tangled lantern that's with him. I'm really curious, like I said, once I get these all lit up tonight, how they'll look. And then my mom's cute little Disneyland castle. So thank you so much for watching me carve pumpkins and get creative and crafty. I always love carving pumpkins because it is just like one of those fun little craft things that you only get to do once a year. So I always enjoy it. So I want to see what all these guys, I'm gonna go ahead and upload this, so I don't have these lit up yet, but go ahead and follow me on Instagram. I'll have it linked in the description. My Instagram is magicalmegvlog, that's my handle, and I'm gonna go ahead and post pictures of all these guys tonight all lit up as we're waiting for trick-or-treaters to come around. Hopefully we'll have a nice night because right now it's just kind of gray and gross outside, but they're calling for rain later, so that really stinks for the trick-or-treaters if they have to come around in the rain. So hopefully the weather will hold out and we can have all of our little pumpkins outside. So have a fun night and enjoy. Let me know if you also carve pumpkins and if you do different Disney themes. I love to hear everyone's ideas and everything. So have a great night and happy Halloween. Also, I just walked back downstairs and I was pleasantly surprised seeing this then from a distance. I think it looks more like Tangled. It looks more like Flynn and Rapunzel. So I'm optimistic now.